Why not you though? Why don't you be the one who can be successful in your own right and still be down to earth or not act like you're better than everyone else? Like, why not you? Why not you? Why not you be the one who changed the narrative? Why not you?
To some, boundaries are just placing limits. To me, it's where the limitless things begin.
Hello, 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 and thank you for tuning into the Boundaries and More podcast with Jess Abraham. I am your host, Jess Abraham, your favorite boundaries coach, and today's episode is brought to you by Joyful Styles. Joyful Styles is a lifestyle brand that provides premium quality apparel that promotes joy and positivity. Joyful Styles believes how we approach a situation matters. And choosing to be joyful makes all the difference. You have the power, and it's time to embrace it. So get your Joyful Styles apparel at joyfulstyles.com. That's JoyfulStylez.com. Let's go. Let's go. Yeah, I'm excited to get into this message today. I really am. But before we do, I want to remind you, those of you who have not taken that boundaries quiz yet, I would highly suggest that you take the boundaries quiz. The link for you is in the show notes. It's just a gauge for you to see where you are and how you grow. All right. It's up to you to take it. Look, and for those of you, again, if you don't want to click the link in the show notes, just text me. Text me the word boundaries to 210-801-9153. Again, it's on you. If you want to take it or text me, that's on you. I'm going to leave that up to you, but I will highly recommend it. Also, I have a really quick wins guide for you, really, because I'm sharing the 5 things about boundaries I wish I knew sooner. Because if I did, things have been a lot different, a lot sooner than they were, right? So I'm sharing those things with you and giving you hands-on practical tips that you can do, like starting now or whenever you read the guide and go from there. But if you want that, the link for you is in the show notes. Again, 5 things about boundaries I wish I knew sooner. Or you could text me the word sooner to 210-801-9153. Get that sent over to you. All right, y'all. All right. Yep, I'm ready to get into it, y'all. I was excited, super excited to get into this because, man, things has been happening back to back. And I'm like, yep, it's time to bring it to the podcast. Because I've seen it a lot. I hear it a lot. And it's just, again, this stuff is everywhere that I am, right? So I just want to get into it. Y'all see it. Why not you? Why not you? Right? It's so many ways I can go with this, but I'm a keep it real cool, nice and casual for you. And I'm going to start here because this was I guess, the last straw in a sense for me to bring into the podcast. Again, multiple things been happening. I'll give you multiple examples of what I'm referring to. But this particular thing, so the wife and we were watching this show, right? And I want to let y'all know, man, so survivor's guilt is real. Like, it is real that people are really, like, they feel a certain way about certain situations. Now, I'm going to give y'all some context with this or whatever. But again, I want to let me just slow down because I see myself getting ahead of myself, right? So again, start here. Survivor's guilt is real, right? There are really people who think or believe that they don't deserve something because someone else didn't get it or didn't have the same opportunity or wasn't able to capitalize on an opportunity or didn't capitalize on an opportunity, right? So that thing's real. They be like, man, me and my homegirl such and such, or me and my boy such and such, like, man, we used to be together all the time, but I made it out and they didn't, or all type of things. Like, I'm doing well for myself and they're hurting. It's like all type of things, right? Like, people really feel this, right? So not going to discredit that. People really feel it. But I again, I ask, why not you? Right? Why not you? All right. So let me get into this show. So my wife and I, we were watching the show, and this college kid, right? So some context about him. This kid was adopted as a teenager by this family, this very successful family. They're both the husband and the wife. They're doctors, and they have another son, and all that. They open their home to this teenager, and they adopted him and things of that sort. Been taking really good care of him, and of course, as he's grown up throughout the years, again, he's been adopted for years, and now he's a college kid, right? Right. So we've been following, and he's a college kid now. But so recently, in the show, he dropped out of college, and his reasoning for dropping out of college was, why do he get to like have this loving family, come home every night and have a full belly, and then there's people out there who are not able to do that or have that, right? Again, this kid was homeless, and then he got adopted as a teenager by this family, as a young teenager by this family. Yeah. But now he's at a space in his life where he feels like, yeah, this is not okay for me. Why do I deserve this? Why am I the one that is not living currently in the homeless encampments, and other people are? Or why aren't people being taken care of and I am? And he's really, really feeling this thing right now, y'all. But again, I ask, why not you? Why not you? Right? This guy, he's serious, right? And again, so he didn't want to be in college anymore. He wanted to do something different, because he's like, I want to. He basically is about like, the system this, and I want to make the world a better place type stuff, and I want to, like, this system is broken and all these things and that sort, right? And he's not necessarily wrong in these cases about what he's doing, but his dad felt, and me as a consumer looking at this thing, I felt too, he was going about it the wrong way, right? Again, why not you? Why not you? Right? So there's this quote. Some of you may have heard it, some of you may have not. This might be your first time hearing it, but there's a quote, and it's, the best thing you can do for a broke person is not become one of them. Now, whether you all, whomever's listening to this right now, agree or disagree, I agree with this quote. And why I agree with this quote is because it's just different, right? Live a certain lifestyle. And I believe if you do amazing things, you make amazing money, and you can do even more amazing things with the money that you make. Right? I'm gonna say that again a little bit slower, right? You're a person, you're out here and you're doing amazing things. Okay? And with these amazing things, with your talents, whatever it is that you're doing, you have the ability to make amazing money. Right? And with that money, you have the opportunity to do even more amazing things. Right? Like, how can I help people if I don't have the resources to help them? Right? In certain ways, like, there's many ways to help people, but y'all follow me here and hear what I'm saying. Like, don't miss the message. Okay, don't miss the message thinking whatever you I don't know. My brain don't think like, yeah. Don't miss the message, y'all. Why not, like, make this amazing money, do these amazing things, like donating to causes that you believe in, or starting your own foundation to help with certain problems that are real problems that we have in the world? Why not you? Why not you? Right? I want to give y'all this other example, because when I was on here and I heard it, After we discussed it a bit, in my mind, I was like, yep, I'm definitely going to do a podcast episode about that. And I want to give it, because most of you may not be able to relate with oh boy in the show, but I think, from what I've seen and observed and what I've heard and what I've come across and this experiences I've had, this is really a part that, a lot of people deal with, right? This is a real issue that people deal with for whatever reason that they deal with it, right? And so I was on this coaching call, right, with the client recently. And then the client mentioned that they didn't want, like, they didn't do certain things. They weren't doing certain things, like putting these certain boundaries in place and all these different things like that, because they didn't want to come off as Hollywood, right? They didn't want people to see them as that anyway, right? So I proceed to ask them, okay, so have you experienced situations when people were, like, it's acting Hollywood and doing these different things, and how was that, like, type of thing? So we go into that a little bit, and then once we talked about that, I'm like, okay, so if these are your experiences, some of them not so great experiences, okay, why not you though? Why don't you be the one who can be successful in your own right and still be down to earth, or not act like you're better than everyone else? Like, why not you? Why not you? Why not you be the one who changed the narrative? Why not you? Why not? And then this client starts to think about it and was like, yeah, like, we go into a whole lot of different things, but this particular part, I think the light bulb, well, I know the light bulb started to go off, and they started to see things just a little bit differently. Because why not you? Like, I'm here to let you all know that it is okay to grow. It is okay to grow. And sometimes, right, I think this would what a lot of people often get afraid of, in a sense, and that's like leaving the people that they grew up with, the people that may have been an inspiration in their life at one point in time, or all these things. They're afraid of outgrowing these people and these relationships. They're afraid. So what happens is that their growth begins to be stunted because they allow it to, right? They stop doing certain things, or they're not doing certain things because they're like, I don't want to come off as Hollywood, or I don't want people to think that I'm acting like I'm better than them, and all these different things like that. Huh? How's that helping you and your family? Is your family okay with that? Is your dreams, your goals, your desires, the vision that God placed on your heart, your life, is that okay with that? Right? Last week we had an episode like, it's yours, right? Those visions, those goals, those dreams, those desires, they're yours. Whatever it is that whatever that looks like for you is yours. Okay? Why not you be the one to accomplish those things? Right? I'm telling you right now, if you're in an environment or circle, you have a group of friends or whatever, and you feel like your growth is a problem with these folks, then it's time for you to find a new circle. It's time for you to get involved in another environment. It's time for you to step outside of the current situation and circumstances to be celebrated by the people who encourage you to grow, who are willing to help you grow. That means you're that season that you were in, you're feeling uncomfortable because they're feeling uncomfortable and all that's not the place for you to be anymore. Red flag, warning sign, get up out of there. And it's okay. I know. You're like, but I don't want people to feel like that, and I don't want you're all the things that you're thinking about is all about them and their feelings. But what about you? Why not you be the one who's happy and whose family is blissful and you're having an amazing time and you're traveling or just doing all the things that you desire to do in life instead of worrying about the people who don't desire those things, right? Y'all don't have the same dreams, goals, desires. Like instead of worrying about what they think or what they will say, right? I did an episode. Why do you care? You haven't listened to that? Go back and listen to that episode. Why do you care? Like really, because it's important to get to the root of this stuff. It's really important because if you don't get to the root of this stuff, you won't grow. And they won't have to do much to kind of like keep you from growing. You're keeping yourself from growing by not getting to the root of whatever it is. Right? That was part of this client's root. Right? At first wasn't thinking like, oh, why am I not doing this, putting these boundaries in place? I know I should, but I'm not. And then we got to it like, yeah, well, really, I just don't want it to be like I'm acting Hollywood or I'm Hollywood and people see me that way. I don't want them to feel like I'm acting like I'm better than them. Ooh. All right, now we getting somewhere. Now we can do something about it. If you're just sitting in this thing and you don't really want to go internally to understand what it really is that's happening and what's going on, then you won't get to the root of this. All those dreams, goals, desires that you have will not come to fruition because you're going to always feel like you don't deserve it. Or somebody else is worse off, or all these different things. You're going to be thinking about all the things that are counterproductive to you thriving, to you living that life of your dreams, whatever that looks like for you. Because for all of us, it's different. It is very, very different. And that's okay. None of us need to or have to or like need the same things or have the same dreams, goals, desires. It's not necessary, right? We're all individuals. I know this always cracks me up, and I'm gonna do another podcast episode about this. I think I talked about it briefly in one before, but it's like, people, parents, right? They be like, my mini me, my mini me, my mini me, or they're upset when the kid not doing the things that they thought they should do or that the parent didn't do when they were younger, and they want to push it on the kid. Like, come on, right? That's a whole nother podcast. I'm not even going to get in there, but just know we're individuals. We have different feelings. We have different things that bring us joy, that bring us peace, that brings us happiness. And it's your responsibility to indulge in those things that bring you that peace, that bring you that joy, that bring you that happiness. It's your responsibility to do that. So why not you? I really want you all today, right? Real practical. If this is you and you've been feeling this type of way and you've been thinking these things, or maybe you haven't said it out loud yet, but this resonates with you so much, and it's time, like, look, I want you to take a piece of paper out, take out the notes app on your phone or whatever you need to do, and write this thing out. Really, why not you? Why not you? Think of all the reasons that you may think that you don't deserve a certain life or just certain things, right? Or you didn't deserve to be adopted into a loving, caring family who take care of you and feed you and do all these different things. Or you don't deserve to have such a success for life, whatever, in your own right, whatever success means to you, and you see it that way, that you don't deserve these different things. And now you're like, why not you, right? Write these things out. Every little reason that come across your mind, write them all out. Why you feel you don't deserve all the things, all the greatness in life. You don't deserve to be happy. You don't deserve to feel joy and peace, and write it out. Because this is when we get somewhere, okay? But that's one side. Write that out. And then I want you to write out, because I'm not going to just leave you there. Not in this. Right? We can go deeper, some one-on-one time, community time, all these different things. But for now, I want you to also write out why you do deserve all of those things. Like why you do. We're all human beings. We all have the same 24 hours, because people use their 24 hours differently. And different things happen in people's life according to the way they use their time. But we're human beings. Why not you? Why not you? Ask yourself, why not? Like, why not me? Why not me? Why not me? I'm telling y'all, I want you to get somewhere. I want this thing to make a big difference in your life. I want us to get pretty much get to the starting line. Because with this is how we get somewhere. If you know what's going on and what's happening, then we can move forward. But if you prefer to just stay stuck and not do any of these things, and you just want to be entertained, or you want to woe is me, or you want to be the victim or play the victim or any of these things, and hey, that's your choice. I highly, highly recommend that you don't do that. I highly, highly recommend that you decide to live a life full, so full of peace, of joy, of happiness, of love, with people who care about you, people who want to see you succeed, people who want to help you succeed, people who believe in you, people that want what you want for you, right? They're not telling you what they want for your life or any of that stuff, right? But the thing that you decide that you want, like, what do you want, right? You haven't, go listen to that episode as well. What do you want? Once you decide that, then you can move from there. Be around the people who can help you achieve these things, or just cheer you on as you achieve these things. Because sometimes all you need is a little encouragement or someone cheering you on. I'm here right now, encouraging you, cheering you on. Let's go. Let's go. You got this. You can do this. I'm telling you right now, you can. And I want you to believe that and act on that. All right. So again, I leave you, because that's it. Like that's all I got for today, really. Like, it's not that deep, but it can require you to go deep. Right? It's not. So why not you? Ask yourself, why not me? And go from there. Again, you do that exercise, a very practical exercise, to write these things out. And let's go from there. Right? Let me know some of the things that you come up with. Right? For right now, we're going to be, I'm utilizing the Instagram for this. So the Boundaries and More podcast on Instagram. Make sure you follow at Boundaries and More podcast, and send me a message, right? Send me a message on some of the things that you feel like, why not you? Like, why not you? Or better yet, I would absolutely love to get and receive those messages of why you do deserve these things, right? Why not you? I would absolutely love to see that, man. I think I might have maybe some special for the people who actually do that. Yeah, because it's so important, right? And I don't want this stuff to be overlooked because, truth be told, this message was placed on my heart to relay it to you all. And maybe it's just one of you that needed to hear this, but that's cool with me. If one of you get freed up today, that's cool with me. But yeah, that's what I got for y'all. Why not you? Why not you? That's it. That's it. That's it. I'm out of here. All right, y'all. So take the time again to follow us on Instagram at Boundaries and More Podcast. Again, that's on Instagram at Boundaries and More Podcast. Also, I want you to take the time out today to have an amazingly beautiful day. Be sure to have an amazingly beautiful week as well. And be back here next week for more Boundaries and More with Jas Abraham. Talk to y'all then.